Hello and welcome to the beautiful pod. For those of you who are confused about seeing this on your feed, the Adam Friedland Show is currently in pre-production on season 3. It's returning in July, and this is a special limited run series from now until the end of the World Cup. For any of you who are confused, this podcast will be coming out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, along with TAFs Unplugged every 2 weeks on its normal schedule, and the show will return in July. We have some big guests. We've done a couple of them. Stay put. Woo. I want to introduce my co-host in Los Angeles, Chris Ryan.
What's up, man?
Hi.
Hi. How's it going? I'm excited to be doing this, man.
This is the dream. This is my dream. I mean, I am now in your world. I get to power rank everything.
Yeah.
I get to view the world through GOAT debates.
You can power rank co-host.
The cultural exchange that's happening right now in this country because of what we're seeing on the streets of America, the energy for Team USA, just the passion that people have. On the streets of New York, for instance, after every Knick game, people are out on the streets for Team USA soccer. I don't understand why it's coordinated with Knick games, but it seems like people are really excited about Team USA soccer. No, Chris, how you feel about the World Cup?
They're good. Are they doing "I believe we will win" chants in Herald Square, kind of like after Knicks games?
Oh no, I assume that after Knicks games, people are remembering that we have Team USA competing in the World Cup this summer. We're hosting, guys. No, it's going to be a great tournament. There are, I think they added 150,000 teams.
It's an insane number of matches. They all happen in time zones that we can actually view them in. So this is like 3 matches a day for weeks on end. We're going to be deep in Haiti tape. Nobody's going to know what we're talking about. And then the fun part is that you get to watch all these players that you get to see during the club season. You know, some of them are going to be the only good player on their team. Some of them are on the bench because their team has like 14 all-world players. So it's exciting time to watch these dudes cook all summer.
And also, we're going to see guys that we only see every 4 years,
yes.
And then somehow I don't even know where they go.
Yeah, Bosnian
I don't know
plumbers.
where Memo Ochoa goes. He goes he goes into high. Yeah, Eder Valencia. I don't know where he is, but I know he played for West Ham 10 years ago. But somehow every 4 years he's his name. It's the Asamoah Gyan All Stars.
Basically,
the guys that are like. We just have massive moments in this one tournament, but I'm excited to get started on this. I mean, I think this is a preview show for the World Cup. I still feel like I'm going to get arrested by Gianni Infantino for saying the word.
There is a little bit of a weird legal moat around saying World Cup. That's why our title can't be like Adam Friedland Show, the World Cup podcast. But hopefully people will put it together, logically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what I would say to him is that your name translates to Johnny Baby, which we found out yesterday. I think he's one of my favorite Swiss, Italian, Lebanese heads of non-profit organizations. In fact, if anyone had to ask me who my top Swiss, Italian, Lebanese
power ranking
head of a non-profit. I would be a power ranking of one. It would be Gianni Infantino.
How much bracket, like mock brackets have you done, or bracket simulations have you done with this?
I did one, and I did one. It seems like there are like some clashes in the knockouts that are kind of destined.
Yeah, and taking out some of our big teams a little bit earlier than maybe we would expect or we would hope.
For instance, Mexico,
yeah.
Right? They have a toxic fan base, right? They act like they're fucking Real Madrid. They have a layup against my team, the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, on Thursday, tomorrow, of course. And so it's just like, I could see them on one level. If you look at their roster, they don't have anyone in Europe except for like 1 or 2 guys. And they have a 17-year-old star boy, apparently. But like, it doesn't seem like they have any pedigree right now. And it seems like with one loss, the entire nation turns against them, and it just becomes a mess. And also, they won't stop doing the homophobic chant. They just lost the appeal. They just lost the appeal to defend their homophobic chant, and so the nation is is in mourning right now.
But unlike the U.S., where I don't know where the cradle
Yeah.
of soccer or football is in this country, like Mexico will play matches, knockout matches if they get there at Azteca, at their national stadium in front of a home crowd.
At altitude.
In the heat. And it's like, you're absolutely right. It could either be like a friggin' national disaster for them, or it will be one of the like craziest runs because this team is basically playing home matches against England, gasping for air.
The fun thing about the World Cup is that there are hokey elements that kind of do work, right? Like there is an aspect of like the host nation bump at the exception of South Africa maybe and Qatar, but like conventional wisdom is if you're a middle class team and you're a host nation, you're going to advance at least to the knockouts.
Yeah.
But I kind of also, I see the roster and I'm like, this is the worst Mexican side I've ever seen. I used to see like, there were guys that we knew. There was like Hector Herrera. There was like Chicharito.
Yeah.
There were like guys that played in Europe, and it just seems to be a kind of very anonymous side. When it comes to the United States, I mean, we get into it now.
Sure.
This is is there a host nation bump? Like, is there an excitement in the country right now? I don't know. We'll kind of know when the tournament starts. But like, is that advantage like going to come into play? I'm not sure. Also, it is on paper the strongest roster I guess that they've had in some time, but it feels remarkably swagless. How are you feeling right now about that?
Like my relationship to the national team is kind of weird. Like obviously, like I have affection for them. I usually cheer for England because that's where my dad was from, and like I just follow those guys all year long. So I have
we're Anglophiles too.
Yeah, and I have just like a weird parasocial relationship with like a lot of the players because I watch them play for their clubs. When the U.S. plays, like you're right, it's just not really that attractive football. I thought I got a little bit. The hair on my arm stood up a little bit with the Anthony Robinson goal against Germany the other day, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm feeling this. But the thing that I think that they'll have an advantage of is, which probably hasn't been talked about a lot yet, is the weather. And they're sort of being acclimatized to humidity, to hot temperatures, to some of these fields that I don't think that guys who were playing on like carpets in Europe are going to be quite used to.
Japan left their training ground that they provided them with because they were like, this is atrocious. And I am like, actually, before we get into the weather, because people will die. I think people, that is one of my hot takes. France is actually playing one of the hottest qualification runs out of any team. I think Algeria is the hottest. It is the most talented side we've had, but so is everyone else. So it's like, does that really like, how much does that mean,
Yeah.
Also, I told Bill this, like, Tim Ream is doing, like, bedwetting advocacy. Like, did you see that?
No.
He's like, our center, I mean, like, it's just like, he said, 1 in 5 kids were, yeah, there you go.
Is this a Players Tribune piece?
Right before the fucking World Cup. Like, it's just like, this is how swagless this side is. Go to a brothel, like one of them, just, like, get in trouble for, like, huffing nitrous at a brothel, okay, like the French boys. What do you say? I understand it was probably hard. Why are we talking about it right now? Here's the element that we have going for us right now. There's going to be a lot of politics in this tournament, right? Mm-hmm. We're a team we're a country that we're at war with is playing in the United States, right?
Yes. Yeah.
CP might do it for MAGA. That's what I'm thinking. Captain America, Christian Pulisic
Hershey's
might
own.
do it for the boy. Might do it for the boy Donald Trump
For the midterms.
He's going to be getting. He's America's Neymar. Listen, okay. Guess what? On a sincere note, he always cooks for the United States of America. Everything is a mess right now. Okay. Alexi Lawless is talking about that for 1776 and that.
Oh yeah,
he's talking like we're
the anniversary.
He thinks that we're rivals with England. Okay. He thinks that's our rival club because we beat them in 1950. Just like relax, guys. Okay. We will see, but what I will say is I had an affection for American teams of the past that I kind of don't feel right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the Donovan Dempsey years were fun, and I loved the boys. I love the Gucci Onyewus and the like the Jermaine Jones and like there was just a team that was like that was scrappy and fun. This team feels to me like more generic in terms of like the personalities.
We
There's
should
no
have
one
done
where
a
I'm like,
better
that-
job
that's like-
nationalizing guys who were, possibly on the fence with their other home country and just getting them involved in USMNT. Like Brazilians who had once
Traores.
visited Atlanta, like.
They were attempting that for a while, but I don't know if that was like a full court press. The problem is that the development system in the States, we need to be sending them over earlier. And like I don't know if that's kind of like it comes from USA Soccer down. And Jesse Marsch, like when he didn't get the job, he's up in Canada talking mad shit.
Yeah, he's mad.
Which is actually getting me a little tight. I'm not rooting for America necessarily, but if you talk about them like that.
Nobody can make fun of my country but me.
You're American. What, he's up there? What is he, Benedict Arnold up there? He's talking mad shit. Well, he has a chip on his shoulder, but he's a great coach, and I think that team could overachieve.
That team could overachieve. Yeah,
I have them on my list. But for the most part, like he said that it comes down from the FA, right? He said that there is a problem with the structural aspects of USA Soccer, and and it does really start from youth development.
Yeah.
And like we know that we needed to get players over to Europe and into academies earlier, but like the truth is that soccer costs money for kids here in the United States. Athletics is free elsewhere. And what it requires getting them into like La Masia and like youth academies or like Cobham,
IX, whatever,
will require just taking boys and
sending them to Europe. I know it's weird.
It'll require a little bit of trafficking. No, but like in reality, like this was supposed to be the year that we're building to. Also, Poch, I don't know how necessarily he wants to run this.
He seems a little bit like a short timer now. Like I thought maybe he was like, this is amazing. I'm going to be here for 10 years. I love living in America. And now he seems like next big club that calls, I'm gone.
Over under on him taking another job middle of the tournament.
It's not out of the question. It's not out of the question.
He's like Middlesbrough called. I gotta go.
Yeah. Lamps is leaving Coventry.
I'm in Kansas fucking City in the heat.
Hey, so
what the fuck is this?
When we're getting into the favorites, right? I wanted to just throw one factoid at you because I bet you and I are both going to have pretty Eurocentric lists, right?
Listen to us. We don't even support our own country. We're hipsters.
Yeah.
No, I think so. And I think, for the most part, that's why we are Anglophiles. I mean, like you could turn off, but like we are doing this for the Stones, the Beatles.
That's right. Blur, Oasis.
This is like we're those kind of guys. No, but continue though.
My only little factoid here was that only one European team has ever won a World Cup in the Americas, and that was Germany in 2014. And otherwise, they've all been won.
Yeah, but that's a home game.
Yeah. Marathon man style. Okay.
What are you talking about? Come on, bro. Alison Becker? Giselle Bundchen? What do you think that is? Come on, bro.
But otherwise, they've all been won by Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay back in the 30s. So that would be an achievement in and of itself if we get one of our top 2 or 3 European countries playing for this thing.
Another fun one to remember is that no foreign manager has ever won a World Cup.
Right.
So I'm having a lot of fun seeing where we're putting all these fucking teams around the world. Like for instance, like we put Democratic Republic of Congo in Houston, a country where 23% of people are starving, in a city where 70% of people are classified as obese. Can you imagine what it'd be like? You go to a place where everyone has so much food that they're literally dying from it. How offensive is that?
That's really ridiculous.
No, I love it. Also, Congo has the Patrice Lumumba statue guy that just stands like this, like completely still.
Right.
The entire match. I love that.
I have these guys getting out of the group. I love these dudes.
I love these guys. They have to be in a Houston. Their country needs it too. The CIA killed that guy, the statue guy, not the real. Anyway, but sorry. Wait, no, I'm not going to say sorry. The CIA killed that. No, anyway, the statue guy. He's not going to be there. Anyway, okay, but I want to go through. The main story here is that Argentina landed in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And the first day they were there was a tornado.
Yes.
And subsequently, there were there have been crackdowns on both human trafficking and cocaine in advance of the World Cup.
Wait, what do you mean that there have been crackdowns by the Argentinian
I
team?
was looking up the news. I was looking up the news. No, of in Kansas City.
Oh, so it's not like Enzo is not going out and cleaning up the streets.
Yeah. No, but actually, the good point you bring that up because we have placed. Who did we place? Oh yeah, we placed Colombia in Jalisco, Mexico. They placed Colombia in the middle of the cartel war. Okay. Also, Saudi Arabia. Another fun one. Saudi Arabia is in Austin.
Yeah.
Because the Riyadh Comedy Festival, they were feeling it so much they were like, I have to go see Kill Tony for real. How fire is that? I'm loving that. Which other ones have you seen? Oh, England, of course.
England's the most amazing one because they get introduced to American culture in such a hardcore way with Kansas City.
The gun.
Yeah. So they've already had a shooting. They've already had a fucking earthquake there. It's hot as hell in the Midwest right now. It's like 90% humidity. I don't know how these guys are going to do it.
They've also separated England in England and Casey Mo.
Yeah.
And then they got Argentina and Casey K. And we're going to get Nick Wright on the phone, and he's going to explain to us the significance of that. And that's going to be really interesting.
The other big one is Ivory Coast, I believe, is in Chester, PA, which is outside of Philly, and is in Delco, which is essentially like where Mayor of Easttown takes place. Yeah. I don't understand why they couldn't get those guys in a city hotel, but
dude, they're gonna be watching Shane Gillis clips. Dude, I really hope they don't go to Geno's and try to order a steak in their language, whatever language that is. Imagine they go to Geno's. How many games are in Philly? We have a lot of countries.
There's a fair amount. There's like three. There's a fair amount of matches in Philly, and there's a knockout on July 4th.
Your boys better act right.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Your boys better kind of like, especially some of the elements that don't like the. You know
what? We get a bad rap. We're fine.
All I'm saying is Gino better act right. Okay.
Okay.
And they better not lick a piece of poop after Ivory Coast wins. Yeah. Well, you big dick Nick. Oh, what else did I get? Oh yeah. My favorite was the Austria team is in Oakland, California, and they were greeted by a fan. I think I want to play the clip.
Oh my God! Y'all look good. Y'all single? Who's single out here? Who's single?
This is why I have Austria in the knockouts, and they're getting through. This is a great greeting.
Why? Because they're meeting some girls. They're meeting some ladies.
Oakland's a great town.
I'm loving that.
These guys are getting the real white glove treatment. This is awesome.
Yeah. They're gonna start. The whistle go woo woo. They're gonna listen to Too Short. They're gonna. I love that there. The country where who was born in Austria?
Hitler.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. What are you talking about?
Sorry.
Why did you gotta bring that up, bro?
You mentioned Goebbels earlier.
Why would you do this? It's a fucking soccer podcast. Wow, really bringing down the vibe. Colombia's in Jalisco province. What other funny ones did I see? The last one, of course, is Portugal is in Palm Beach,
This is
Florida,
amazing.
which we get CR7 in Mar-a-Lago. It's got to happen. It's going to be amazing. Honestly, Donald Trump, there's a lot of similarity, I think,
between CR7 and the alcoholic family members, right?
You see a sibling have substance abuse, and that was a kind of like I think there is a kind of like just a inferiority complex. We don't have to. Wait, who's born in Austria? Egon Schiele, the artist. Did you know him? Well, actually, fun fact, this has nothing to do with soccer. He applied for the Vienna College of Art the same year as Hitler.
Did he?
We got in.
And Hitler did not.
Yeah. And Hitler didn't.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Sliding door.
I love the paint. Yeah, he did great with. Okay, anyway, the paintings they're not that good, honestly. Have you seen them? You cut all this, but they're not that good. I don't want to. With this cancel culture, I'll go out there and say it. Hitler, he was mid as a painter. Okay, why don't you give me your list? I'll give you my list, and then we can just go team by team, a real lightning round.
Okay, my number one's Spain. I think that France is obviously probably the deepest talented team, the most talented team. But for me, Spain just looks the best right now. I'm all in on the idea of them turning it over to Lamine. I think they have the best midfield maybe in the tournament with competition from Portugal, and they have a bench which they're going to need in the heat, and I think depth is going to be a huge part of this tournament. So Spain is my number one right now.
Yeah, I have them number one as well. I'm back and forth with them in France. The midfield isn't, for me, I guess Portugal I would take as a better midfield, but the depth is disgusting. I mean, they have 6 guys that are incredible. I mean, it is the thing about Spain is that it's a system. They play like a real team, like a club team, right? Yes. And so that is their like real advantage. Like, the golden generation of Belgium, for instance, like those bums, they were all like, Courtois was having sex with like De Bruyne's wife or something, and they were like, a lot of teams that have just a collection of different players from different places can be lesser than the sum of their parts. Spain has a philosophy and a system to them, and when we get to France, that's going to be my main question about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I see that on the left of the left side of the back line, they're a little unathletic with Laporte.
If they hold the ball for 80% of the game, I don't know how much that's going to matter.
It doesn't really matter because they're going to be across the halfway line. They have arguably the best player in the world, and he's so young, and we're witnesses. He's just a kid from Akron. He's unbelievable. I don't like the new hair.
Lamines?
He looks like Pedro on the Mets. Yeah, he's got the same hair. I mean, not to criticize a boy.
All right, number 2, who you got?
France.
Me too.
But I'm back and forth. I saw Elise's hat trick, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I know.
I'm like, the question is Deschamps, right? The question is the setup, because like the final last year or last World Cup was the best game we've ever seen, the best final we've ever seen, and also like traditionally these especially knockouts are like cagey and low scoring and like 1-0s and 0-0 shootouts, and people play it really tight in tournament play. France, if you look at the roster, there's 8 guys. There's 8 guys that could bag, right? Mm-hmm. And the question is like, where the midfield I'm fine with. The question is like, is Saliba fit? And then is Upa Maguire gonna do some super shit?
Yes.
Upa Maguire might do some bum ass shit, but like
but it's the same question with every France team, like, which is like, is somebody gonna fuck this whole thing up by losing their mind over the course of the tournament? It's either Rabiot or Mbappe.
He can still. The talent is just too like robust to even have Mbappe fuck it up. In the attacking talent, at least. But for me, like, Deschamps played an open system when they were in the final against Argentina and the World Cup before that, and that's how this roster is set up. In the Euros, like George Graham for Arsenal, like he became like a boring Arsenal because they had a loss in the Champions League to Porto, and he's like, I'm going to make it impossible to play against us, right? And Deschamps, like, just I think a little bit lost his mind before the Euros, and if you remember, they like went through to the quarters of the semis without scoring a goal. Mbappe eventually scored, but they were like winning with own goals and shootouts. Yeah, and they completely played a just dramatically different system, and it's like with this roster, it's like God forbid for me to have a stupid Yank idea, but like just score 8 goals. Just score 10 goals a game. They literally could do it. Like, don't be like, you're not set up for to keep it tight and cagey. And like, if Deschamps is going to like repeat that from the Euros, then why did you pick this roster? Right. Like that's the question for me. So that's an unknown for me. That's why I think Spain is my top side.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about France is they've got a tough path. They will probably get Germany in the round of 16, I think, in Philly on July 4th.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of, it's like leading up to a Spain-France semifinal if they qualify, which is the two best teams in my opinion.
So I have Brazil
We
third.
can get to Germany.
Yeah, but I have Brazil
I
third
have
because I needed to break up
I have
this
England.
European Union.
Oh, okay.
So I put Brazil in because, first of all, just like they'll have like a huge fan base in the States. I know that this is not a vintage Brazil team, but it's also a new Brazil team with their new coach. They have Vinny.
Yeah.
They have Endrick. They have like younger talent that's coming along, Ran. But I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with like, this is not Yoga Bonito, but it's also not like crazy defensive. So it's like what Ancelotti finds will be like the real question that I'm asking is like, what kind of ball does he play?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like there is hokiness that it works in football. There is like a romance in it. Like Carlo would face Pep, and Pep would be losing his mind trying to like come up with some sort of psycho system where he's like, I'm gonna put Kyle Walker as my striker. They'll never see that coming. I'm gonna like, you know what? I'm gonna put the goalie as my left winger. And he was like, Don Carlo will never see this coming. And Carlo looks like a guy that's at work that's not doing his job, right? He looks like he does no work, right? And then there's a magic of him, right? Where like the tactical genius, the Pep Guardiola, the best manager of all time, like was just frustrated by him, right? And like there is something to be said that like that, and he's coached a lot of these guys as well. That's another advantage they have. I mean, they also just have him. They have him back, and he's going to be on the bench. That's why I had it on a lower in the document, but like in my notes, but like the return of Neymar.
Let's talk about it because like, this is probably the last cup for three of the most iconic players in football history.
He has only cooked for Brazil. And Vinny's coming off of kind of like a stinker this year.
Well, he had a tough
and I just want to
managerial process.
I want to see the prodigal son return. Can you imagine how amazing it would be? Is Casemiro stodgy and cooked? Maybe. Is Bruno going to commit a crime, an assault in midfield? And is he going to kick someone's head off?
De Jong
is
style?
Paqueta,
yeah.
Paqueta's, I thought he was in jail for gambling.
No, he went back to Flamengo, and he's like, it saved my life. I'm back in Brazil. Like, he's loving life right now.
Yeah, why would you leave? It sucks. Imagine going to Manchester. You're just getting rained on. You should be at Carnival. I mean, I think R9 used to actually just go home like after games.
Yeah.
Every week. You just go to Brazil. Be like, it sucks here. Like, I'm gonna. What am I doing in freaking in Holland? I'm gonna go back to where it's nice and everyone's having sex with each other.
All right, Spain, France, Brazil.
There is a magic of that guy just coming in there, and if I could just see something where it's like, Carlo if he wins the World Cup, he wins football, right? That's the last thing. And if any manager in the world could like be the first foreign manager to win the cup, it's that guy who just has a heavy pasta meal.
It's also so fucking cool that he chose to do this with Brazil. Like that he was like, I'm going to Brazil.
So cool. It's so
because if you're a real one, you're like, that's the job. That's the job I would want. I would want to be the Brazil national manager and take them to a World Cup. That's just incredible.
Oh my God, it's the country that's like fallen into like a kind of like a fallow period in their international success.
Yeah.
I mean, just him just sitting there smoking cigs. I think he quit, but like, you know, he for a long time he grew up eating like 80 to 90% pork-based diet when he grew up on a farm, and he's just obsessed with food.
It's a great
Apparently
stat.
He'd make them all he'd have them have a heavy. He'd make his players the night before every match have a heavy pasta meal and red wine. That's because he said it would make them good the next day.
Yeah.
Genuinely speaking, like we'll see what happens, but that they could win the whole thing with him. To me, they're sixth. I have them as sixth, but if and when I see it, I'm like, oh,
they're your sentimental favorite. It sounds like
my third was England. Where'd you have them?
I got England fifth because I'm worried about them in the heat. I actually really like the squad, and I don't mind that Thomas Tuchel left behind Trent, and he left behind Foden, and he left behind Cole. So he left behind a lot of creativity and a lot of flair. But I think he got the team he wanted, and I think it's among the more solid rosters. But it definitely, watching them in Florida and like at camp, I was like, these guys are baking.
Yeah.
Like they looked pink out there.
Yeah, well, they always are when they go to Ibiza and stuff. That's the
Right,
color
but they
go.
usually don't have to
They-
play like 2-a-days and like then do a scrimmage. So it's like, I think
I'm pretty sure they're practicing not doing anything bad when they're in Ibiza.
for sure.
I think I'm pretty sure they get marooned, those boys, on vacation.
Yeah, and this is
They
another
love
team that I think I have my eye is on them. They might have Mexico in Mexico City.
You got to balance Jude and Rice,
Mm-hmm.
right? They've always had trouble doing that. The only roster decision I disagreed with was Adam Wharton not being on the roster. I mean, he would have been. It would have been fucking dime city.
Yeah,
he would have been point guard. Like
he
next
should
to
have
those
brought
two guys.
one of Wharton or Trent.
Yeah. Yeah. When I look at the front line, Saka might die.
Yeah.
He literally might die. I mean, he's being. I'm afraid. He's my favorite player of all time. I'm just terrified for him right now. He might just like literally. I don't know how he's gonna do it.
And
he's
to
been
go off
playing
that
injured
point,
for-
these guys have all played at least like 38 to 40 hard matches. Like this isn't.
They have not played. They have not had a vacation in about 6 years.
Yeah.
Gareth Southgate would play Saka 120 minutes every 3 days, and then he'd come back to Arsenal. But I really think he's been at 70% health or 30% health for about 5 years now, and he's still somehow been our star boy. But I mean, this year we're starting to see a little bit of a toll. He was England's player of the season 2 or 3 straight years. 3 straight years. 2. It's 2, but we'll say 3. The other thing is this, and I'll put it in ringer terms. We've never seen a Harry Kane game. We've never seen it. He is arguably the best player in the world right now in terms of form. He had his best season of all. It was one of the best seasons of all time. We haven't seen it for England, and the main flaw in that is the central defense. That's like what, and Pickford is due a howler. I'm sorry, Pickford is like overachieved as their keeper. He in the Prem this year, he was just fucking up left and right. But I mean, they have 3 central defenders. They have Konsa, they have Gahey, and they have John Stones.
Yeah,
and that is terrifying.
and Byrne, who's pretty much there for vibes, but they brought him with
Dan Byrne is there just like to reach things on the top of the shelf.
him and Hendo
yeah.
are kind of like locker room guys.
Oh no, Hendo's gonna get serious burn. I mean, that you should have put Adam Wharton instead of Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, I think he likes the way that Henderson is like a coach on the field or like an extension of the coaching staff.
Yeah. Well, he should be the coach then.
But yeah, I had it.
But that's the argument against them. Sorry, you want to go?
No, make the argument for them. Make the argument.
Now I want to support them, okay? And it dawned on me yesterday. It's 4 of my boys and Morgan Rogers, 5 of my boys, okay? Why am I not hyped? Why am I not hyped? It's got 5 Arsenal players. Morgan Rogers coming. Actually, I'm reporting it. Morgan Rogers, here we go. And so there's that. I gotta go hard for them. But no, they play in the Prem.
Yeah.
We forget that. They play in by far the best league in the world. And they are just battle tested. And they're by far anyone that kind of tries to run at them, they are going to be stronger and they're going to be fast. The league is stronger and faster. And think of it like the way Tibbs kind of ground them into mush by playing them 47 minutes a game.
Yeah.
But somehow the kind of what they have a lot of Tibbs in this team. Mike Brown's I'm gonna rotate my fucking roster.
Yeah.
Think about it that way. These guys are coming out of the best league in the world, and we're kind of discounting that. It's quite frankly an advantage.
They've also
against
gone
any other
very
country.
deep in several of the last few tournaments that they participated in.
Who'd you have at the 4th team?
Well, my 4th was Portugal, who were kind of this sexy pick,
Portugal,
and have. I know I said this about Spain, but if there's another best midfield in the world, it's definitely Portugal with
It's the
Vitinha
best,
and
yeah.
Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes, João Neves. I mean, it is such an overwhelming amount of talent in the middle of the park. The case for, case against really revolves around Ronaldo and how much this team is if he's coming off the bench as super sub of all time, which I don't think he will do. That would be
It's not
amazing.
gonna happen.
And they've already lost Liao, who got into a fist fight in a friendly, and is now, I think, going to miss the first 2 matches, right?
Why doesn't Tim Ream do something like that?
Well, no,
Come on.
to be fair, Liao got in the fist fight because somebody made fun of bedwetting. And he was just like, hey, that's a serious issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he
Never
knocked the
mind.
guy out.
And it is a serious issue. I don't want to diminish it.
Yeah.
Chris is talking to me about it a little bit before.
I'm doing it right now as we speak. Yeah.
You're not in bed though. You're chair wetting right now. You know that chair wetting happens to 1 in 3 podcasters. No, but yeah, it's the baby. He's you know he wants to play the next World Cup.
He's going to be like Brady. Yeah.
But he's not like. I mean, this isn't TB Brady. This is after TB.
It's way past that. Yeah, and he's scoring like 31 goals in a season in Saudi, and I just don't think he has it anymore. But he's not going to let it go.
And he's throwing a tantrum if his teammate scores, and he's like just yeah. That's the main question. It's the group stage merchant. What happens with him? What happens when will Penaldo be bench Naldo'd? Okay. And
Right.
is he finished Naldo'd? Okay? That's my question. He really does take the air out of the room. Here's the reason why I don't think they're going to be able to manage it, because Roberto Martinez is a loser.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
He's a sycophant and a loser.
As soon as I get high on them,
stuck-up.
I remember who their coach is.
Yeah, he's like a Democratic Party consultant. He somehow loses every time but gets a better job. I don't understand, right? Like, Roberto Martinez is like, you know what he's like? He's like the Nick Kroll referee character.
Uh-huh.
He's like, what are you guys doing after the game? Like, Ronaldo, great abs, dude. I mean, like, honestly, he's like, can I get your autograph? But if you look beyond that, just like that midfield, it just is an absolute joke. Based on their last friendly, they're fucked, right? Like,
Right.
Portugal is like, I think, a sexy pick, but I think it's kind of a... It's discounting for the fact that the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't look beyond that. Okay, your next team, Chris.
My next team is Argentina, even though it's
same.
prohibitively impossible to repeat. They have
Yeah.
still a very Messi-centric team, but they have a lot of depth.
Yeah.
They have a lot of grit, and they have a lot of experience. They got Emmy in the goal. Or is he actually starting, or is he just like a figurehead for the team now?
He's still starting, Chris.
He is still starting.
Actually, yeah.
And Scolari is a great coach. He is like the anti-Martinez. It's like I
never lost.
Right, exactly. I'm not super worried about them in their group because they've got Julian Alvarez, they've got Lautaro, like they've got guys who can take up like the brunt of that. But as somebody who watched Alex McAllister barely be able to sprint for a long time this season for Liverpool, there's some questions in their midfield. Enzo, he was great in the last cup, but like, what will he do this time?
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is like a bunch of these guys are coming off of stinker seasons. Yeah. Romero wanted to like go watch a game instead of play for Spurs at the end of the season. He wanted to go.
But is he still on Tottenham?
Yeah, he's like, can I go to Argentina instead of play for Spurs? And he was the captain, right?
Yeah, and he was supposed to watch them. Yeah. Yeah, and it was...
Thank you, Sam. Let's run it again. He was their captain. But yeah, Lissandro had a stinker. Enzo, he's got a crap attitude. But the other thing is this: when you are going back and play for a white supremacist country, you tend to have a really good attitude when you're doing it for the country. Messi's still good, and guess what? Like, I just want to see him play well.
Yeah.
The main thing, and we can just kind of adjust the format because I had this lower on in the document, but the main thing is that they are on a collision course in the quarterfinals, the two of them.
It has
Ronaldo
to happen.
Messi. And the world is going to explode.
Johnny Baby and Trump and everybody needs to get together and make sure Messi plays Ronaldo.
Austin Powers, Johnny Baby, Cristiano Jr., Cristiano Jr. Did you see? I was looking at highlights. Okay. John. Really, it is. They've never faced each other in a knockout. I don't know if I can handle it. I think about it and I get nervous. Messi has to win. He can't. Honestly, let me give you a little prop bet. Cristiano Ronaldo plus over under 1.5 cries in that game.
Over.
Over. I'm
Yeah.
thinking 2 cries maybe.
Because
Maybe
you get
3
one for your
cries.
miss, and he'll get 1 for his sub. So it'll
Of course,
be
he famously cried. He cried because he missed a penalty it was in the Euros, and then he was crying because his penalty streak was broken, not because his team was. He was crying because his penalty streak had been broken. There's a really sad thing also in understanding those 2 guys, and like Cristiano Ronaldo. I was saying to you before, but like he comes from a family where his father and his brother had substance issues, and the gestation of what became CR7, like what he became, he thought that if he got good enough, he could maybe get them to stop killing themselves with substances, and then that's genuinely, it's so sad. He bought them a house, like, and they're both dead. There's a tragedy about this man, but it's also just like, bro, like he's open, like, there's that element to him too. Messi, on the other hand, didn't speak until he was maybe I think 25 years old.
Yeah.
And somehow it was just a gift from God to be like this savant, this angel. And so it's just like there are these 2. They're such opposites, right? And the best thing is like how much Cristiano has to be told he's the best player ever. And like how much it pisses him off that he's clearly not the best player ever. Like how much he has to go on Piers Morgan interviews and be told like, thank you Piers, like thank you for saying I'm the best. And it's just like he needs, he clearly knows that just on paper, if you take away just every single accomplishment that they both have had, Messi just has another list of accomplishments.
Yes, including a World Cup.
Including a World Cup now.
Yeah.
So that quarterfinal is going to.
Do you have anybody else that you think is a legitimate favorite after that?
Germany and Netherlands.
Okay.
And I can give you arguments. Germany, their second phase of a rebuild, right? They got knocked out of the group stages twice in a row, but it's a real team. There's creativity across all 3 phases of play. Honestly, there's I can make a case for Germany actually being better than people are acting. And then Netherlands, I think they have the best back line in the tournament, even though Timber is out now, but they have Van Dijk, Van Hecke, Van de Ven, and Dumfries.
Yeah, it's a really good. They have a very good back line. They also have might they go
also
insane?
Van Dumfries. Go ahead.
They might will they go insane? Like that's always a question with the Netherlands. Like France, it's like will they have an absolute bust up team falls apart moment?
That's the thing is that I think there's Bill was saying this the other day. I think there's a pressure of consistent it not happening.
Yeah.
Right? They had in the 70s they had the best team in the world, and then they're in the 80s 90s they also just had the best team in the world. They had the best striker in the world. I mean the way that people talk about Van Basten, which was also a tragedy. He had to retire at 30 because his knee fell apart.
Yeah.
And he had some shady operation in Switzerland, just the caused him to play in excruciating pain. But the way players that got to watch him talk about him as if it's the best striker of all time. And then they had our years that we watched, which was the Robin years.
Yeah, Robin, Van Persie, Schneider,
and Van Persie. They had snipers, right? And it's just when it doesn't happen so many times, there is a problem of kind of pressure that it puts on the shoulders of your country. I love Frankie and Gravenberch together in the midfield.
Yep.
I love their back line. I love, and then here's my case for their front line. Okay, they have Brabi. They have Daniel Malen. They have guys that are oh, that's not at a world class level.
They have grinders.
But then,
Somerville, yeah.
They have grinders. Yeah, they have guys that could body you. I remember I was watching Brabi play against Arsenal this year, and I was he was just Saliba and Gabriel he was giving them fits. He's a brick shithouse, and I can see one of those kind of guys that's prem tested again. Like I was saying with England, guys that you don't expect to have a tournament like a Daniel, Brian, like a Brabi, right? Or a Daniel Malen, have bag 4.
I would say one thing going against Netherlands.
Dumbass coach also.
Worst coach, absolute prick.
Worst coach.
Yeah.
Absolute
Ronald
fucking
Koeman.
dickhead.
Yeah.
I would love it if he leaves mid-tournament and we get the God back. You know who I'm talking about.
Van Hall.
Run it back one more time. This time he's redder.
Yeah.
We see the reddest Van Hall of all time, just standing there, just red, just like he's purple at this point. We see he looks like Barney at this point.
They should have
get
an
Louis back in
option
the mix?
that when if Curacao goes out, Advocat comes and coaches Netherlands.
Yeah, we could get him, or we could just get half their players who are all from the Netherlands. Right. Like,
That's right.
Let's get into teams that might cook. We've touched on a couple of these, but I kind of want to go through our list.
Yeah.
And I had fun putting these together.
I'll go first. Turkey. Kenan Yildiz and Arda Güler. Really, like, it's a two-man team as far as I'm concerned, but those two are my favorite kind of player, which is just crazy creative attacking mids or wingers who can do anything. And this is the kind of thing that happens pretty much every World Cup where, like, dudes like this get introduced on a world stage. So even though Güler is already on Real Madrid and Yildiz is already on Juventus, I just think that, like, a global audience is going to get to see them for real for the first time.
Actually, I had them in teams that might suck.
Well, this is the thing is that, like,
they're a team that always underachieves. They're Belgium, or Egypt under Salah. Like,
yeah, but this is a new generation.
Salah.
Like, these guys weren't born when Turkey was fucking up like 12 years. Like, well, they were obviously born 12 years ago, but like the Turkey that we know historically, like, these dudes don't know anything about it.
I think in the last couple of tournaments, we've seen it again. But like, I like Güler a lot. Both of those players I like a lot. I also like who's the fullback on Brighton? What's his name? Fedi Kadioglu. Yeah.
Oh
yeah. My number one team that might cook, Iran. Oh yeah. Most UNESCO World Heritage sites. It's home to Asia's tallest volcano, and it's the nose job capital of the world. But in reality, I think we can have a real conversation about this. As a narrative, you can't ignore the fact that they're at war with the country that they're literally going to be playing in, and I do think that it's interesting to see how sports kind of intersects with that. Like, if that's a motivating factor. I mean, like, Taremi literally wanted to quit ball to join the IRGC. Like, there is like kind of like a us against, it's crazy. Literally, we didn't go to the Olympics in 1980 because of a Cold War.
Right. And Iran's here.
We're seeing this right now. Also, we have them scheduled 2 games in Los Angeles where we're going to see like the Beverly Hills BMW, Black BMW Mafia, just in the car park.
Yes.
They literally are they have to evacuate them for the stadium. It is kind of psycho. And then the third game that they're playing is in Seattle, and it is against Egypt, and it is the gay pride match they're making it the gay pride match. And literally, bro, Trump, that's a Trump. Trump has his fingerprints all over that.
There's some troll in the White House who was like, guess what?
I mean, Infantino is like, make one of the games gay. Just go ahead, make them play the gay game. I mean, it's just like 2 countries where it's illegal to be gay. I mean, it's so odd. This whole thing, there's so much off with a lot of this tournament that I think we could maturely acknowledge.
Yeah, I mean, they've just like banned a
crazy.
Somali referee from coming into the country. Like, teams are getting like strip searched when they're arriving. It's crazy.
Most interestingly, if they finish second in the group, U.S. finishes second in their group, they will be playing in the knockouts in Dallas, Texas, which is, I mean, I think there is an aspect of the world kind of maybe pulling for them right now because of the unpopularity of the war right now. It's just that there is a lot of this stuff that you can't ignore about the Cup. And I mean, thank God our president is the recipient of the FIFA Peace Prize. And what is that even? They made it up for him?
They did, I think. I don't remember anybody else receiving that before.
Who are they giving it to next year? Gary Glitter. Why does that name come to my mind? It's the weird. What is wrong with my brain? Okay, second team for you.
So I'm going to go Ivory Coast for my first team that might cook. And this is really the first, I guess, African nation we've really talked about. But
I have them on my list. as well.
Ahmad from Manchester United, Diomande, who's on Leipzig but is probably going to play for Liverpool, Pepe, old gunner. I don't know if you still rock with him. So just a lot of talent.
I love him.
Yeah. Did you have an African nation that you thought might cook?
Senegal and Ivory Coast, I love. I love both those sides, and they're both on this list for me. I mean, they are chock full of Fofanas and Mendy's and Diomandes. Yeah. I mean, genuinely speaking, the Paris suburbs are like the major football factory of the world. South London, arguably, as well. And like, there are 75 players of French or like that were born in France playing in this cup.
Yeah.
That aren't playing for France right now. And so, like,
that's a crazy stat.
It's hoopers, bro. They just have pure hoopers that come from from this like street ball in the Paris suburbs, and they're just like fun. They're fun teams, you know. And like Senegal also won 2 of the last 3 AFCONs. Although their manager is still doing a contract holdout. I think he's still in.
Is
Senegal.
He really?
I think he still is there until, which is fun. You know, and then also I want to just recognize like Sadio Mane, the work he's done, and especially he's got a passion for helping the youth and just. He's done a lot of good work with it. Anyway, Liverpool legend Sadio Mane, of course you have. Yeah, but I'm just both those. It's just they're like incredibly fun, dynamic, awesome teams, and those are teams I want to see overachieve. I had Canada on my list. Jesse Marsh has hate in his gut. Over under 0.5 Trump tweets about Jesse Marsh on Truth Social.
From Trump about Jesse? I don't know if Jesse's going to rise to Trump's level.
Absolute loser. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get there. What a loser, Jesse Marsh. He's the reason the Alberta secession failed. I mean, main reason why I think Canada's listen. They are like he's a good coach. I liked him when he was in England and Germany as well. They have the Iceman bump, right? You know, and that's going to be huge for them. I think Drake dropping an album is going to solidify the nation.
I do have one left.
Who's yours?
It's really an unpleasant team to watch, but it's Ecuador. And I'm trying to also just put a little bit of weight on the scale because of what hemisphere we're playing in, crowds showing up for these teams, other teams being a little uncomfortable in the weather, and Ecuador's back four is nuts.
Yeah.
They're just a fucking steel safe. So if they want to get into it where they're winning games 1-0 or winning on shootouts or whatever, like they can do that. And for them to have Hincapi and Pacho from PSG is just like they've just got like a real lockbox back door. Yeah,
and that's how they're set up, and they've been playing in the.
It's Copa miserable American to watch, but it's very effective.
If you're set up like that in the World Cup, you have a puncher's chance.
Yeah.
You know, and any team that sets up that way is gonna could go on a run.
See, like there's been some this team or that team, like for instance, like Norway is a pretty attractive like dark horse pick right now. People are really loving like Holland and Odegaard and stuff, but I don't really think that those guys are going to enjoy playing in the States, and I don't think that the weather. That's a team that I think the weather could affect.
Yeah, they're like 3 of them went to the hospital because it was like 68 the other day.
Yeah, I'd rather take a flyer on Ecuador or Uruguay than Norway or Sweden.
They play at Bodo Glimt, which is above the Arctic Circle. They literally play above the Arctic Circle. What the hell are they going to do in Kansas City in the summer at Arrowhead? This is going to be a disaster. No, last team, the cool team, Japan. They are the system team.
Yeah.
And it's really impressive because I think that they hadn't made a World Cup until 98. They started their soccer program basically like 40 years ago, like not very long ago. And they set up the J League like in order to like start soccer in Japan, and it's been like just a complete like it's been like really impressive like to watch. The problem is they have a couple of injuries.
Matoma,
yeah. If you go through their like starting 11, they all play real teams in Europe.
Yep.
And like they're the opposite of Mexico basically. They all have European pedigree. They're all, like compete at the top level, and they're so fucking cool. I saw a clip of them playing Iceland in the warm up, and what happened was there's a new rule that if you don't get off the pitch in under 10 seconds, the substitute has to wait 60 seconds to come on.
Oh, is
right
there?
after you walk off the pitch.
So it's like
The
a
Iceland
power
guy
play almost.
Kind of like which I think soccer needs, right?
Yeah.
I think the red card is too like punitive, actually. Like there should be something where like you have a man advantage for an amount of time, and that would make it very exciting. The Iceland players moved back. They tried to park the bus. They had back 6 eventually for this opponent, and just without, no one's talking, right? They just noticed a man advantage on the far end, and there was a back of the net. Like the Japanese team are like the most well drilled and well trained and like collective, I think, team in the World Cup. Let's talk about the teams that might suck.
Yeah, we could just run through these pretty quickly. We don't even have.
Let's run through them easily because I brought up a lot of it. I'll go first. England. How does the ball move? That's my question about England.
Mm-hmm.
How is the ball progressing? How does it progress through midfield? And I can't see it in my mind right now. The midfield seems like a little bit of a bottleneck, and like we need to know how Tuchel is going to set them up. And I think it's a fair point about the weather. Like if he's going to be like just doing like a fucking like making them pressy as fuck. If he's going to make them like play like a
German side, yeah.
Like the Gengen press, heavy metal football, they're going to expire, on the field.
They played in Florida last week, and first of all, they were real pissy about the state of the pitch, but then second of all, they were like, oh, we realized like we can't really do some of the stuff we've been training to do before we got to the States because it's too hot and we got too tired. So we basically have to like calibrate how we're playing so that like at 65 minutes we turn it on rather than at the first whistle.
You know what? I can criticize America. They can't, okay? There's a fucking boat in that fucking stadium, okay? That's where Tom won his last ring. Shut up.
Other teams that might suck, we kind of hit on this. Argentina and Portugal, just idol worship, like past their prime. Argentina defending a World Cup. Portugal going too long with this. And like I said, Norway.
I had a similar pairing. You said Norway, yeah. I had a similar pairing in USA and Mexico, which are related. And I think we brought those up already. I think if Mexico fuck up the opening match, their advantage is that they have South Africa, the mighty Bafana, my homeland, in the opening match. How many times are they going to do that? Like, whatever. I mean, it's but an honor. But what do you mean? What? That's the name of our team, the Bafana
I know.
Bafana.
It's just the way you say it with such swelling pride. It's really nice.
The Bafana Bafana. Okay. No, they have a good matchup at home at the Azteca. That'll build some belief for them. If they fuck up that result, it's going to fall apart. They are one fuck up away from like their fan base imploding, and it's they have a very toxic relationship.
I don't think. If the USMNT has a slow start, I don't think like First Take is going to be leading with like, "What's the matter? They need to step up."
No one's gonna care. Yeah. We're gonna have Chris Broussard be like, they should have got Pelé. Do you see that clip? Broussard, amazing. What's your favorite World Cup memory? One word, Pelé. Pelé. Okay, moving on. Last team I had is Morocco.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I think Morocco is the AFCON. They arguably, who won the AFCON? I don't know. They overachieved in the last World Cup, obviously. I think the problem is this: they had a manager after the AFCON that was fired the next day, right? And he was he set them up for like all their success, and new manager's been hired in March. The way they set up and were successful in tournaments, we were talking before, is they were playing a back three and they were playing it tight and they were hitting you on the break. And this guy wants to play an open, free-flowing, modern brand of football. If you're the concept of a national side, which has been playing club football for the most part since March, having 2 weeks to set up
a free-flowing attacking operation.
Yeah. Hugo de Posición or whatever. I don't. I think that's, first of all, that's stupid. That's not what they should be doing with this roster. And second of all, like it's just it seems like a fool's errand.
There,
Right? Like,
I will say this: there's sometimes in cups you can get like a little bit of a uniformity in how people play, and everybody's just like, we're gonna set up defensively. We're just gonna kind of take our time. We're gonna look for a counterattack. There's a couple of teams that play with their fucking hair on fire, and like Uruguay does that. There's a couple of teams that play incredibly aggressively and really like high press, quick transition stuff. So it'll be fun to watch. But if it goes wrong, like if they try to play like they're Barcelona, they're gonna get blown out.
Yeah, if they've had 2 weeks to learn how to be Barcelona. It's just like, to me, that's like a disaster in the making. We had a little section that we wanted to do called Passion Project.
Yeah, we can wrap up with this. This is good.
We wanted to be like, what are you going to be enjoying during this tournament? What are the things you're going to be looking out for? It doesn't necessarily even have to be on the field. So yeah, you want to give us just what your list is?
Yeah, the two kinds of players that I love at World Cups are the dudes who are like at the sort of middle stage of their career who jump up a huge notch. So that's like Frank Ribery or Andre Arshavin in previous tournaments, whether it's Euros or World Cup. I know Arshavin is a goat. But
against Netherlands.
The other one that I love, the other group of players I love watching is the young dudes, the guys who are under 21, who people maybe haven't gotten a chance to see on a stage like this. Scouting youth, gotten a bad name over the years, but I think we can reclaim it. When I play FIFA, what I usually like to do is take charge of a championship club, sell everyone, get Michael Edwards with it, and then bring in a bunch of players from the Guardians, like best young footballers list. So with that in mind, like the guys I'm watching out for, I mentioned Jan Diamande before, who plays for Leipzig, is going to be a Liverpool player. Sorry. And then also Martin Batarin, who plays for Croatia. He and Nico Paz are both on Como in Italy. They play for Cesc Fabregas. Yeah. Nico O'Reilly, people probably saw in Man City, but I'm excited to see what Tuchel does with him. And then Warren Zaire-Emery and Douré on France, who, if they get enough playing time, could blow people's minds.
Yeah, the center back just from Vuskovic from Croatia.
Yeah, he's no,
he doesn't want to go back. They bought him, loaned him out. He's like, I don't want to go. Please don't make me go. Yeah, Vuskovic, he is just, if you watch his highlights on YouTube,
he's incredible.
He's both huge, Rolls Royce, like William Saliba, if they try to go Route 1 or over their heads, he's boxing you the fuck out. You're not even getting close to the ball, but he is so technical with his feet. I mean, he's kind of the one I'm looking out for. There's a couple more, but I want to give you my passion projects. The first is, I just want to keep an eye on the way Thierry Henry and Zlatan just interact with what's his name, Wallace. Because clearly they're three of the best players of all time that we've ever watched.
Uh-huh.
They're three juggernauts.
Yeah.
They're titans.
Yeah.
There is going to be I mean, this is a disaster in the making. Zlatan is going to say something. He's like, you better watch your mouth. He's just going to like the coverage, the American coverage, like the way that we handle soccer is always real fun. And the way Fox does it is always really fun. They have a lot of guys that are good. I think Landon Donovan is pretty good as a color commentator.
We're going through some weird stuff with the hair, but he's generally like a pretty decent commentator.
Yeah. Well, he went to Turkey.
He didn't. He's got a wig on.
Adams.
It's a wig.
How the hell is it? Oh, it's a wig. It's a piece.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you're a truther.
No, I'm not truther. Yeah. He did a whole video.
I was wondering, how did Eric Adams, the former mayor, I know this has nothing to do with soccer, go to like have a scandal with Turkey and not just come back with full yeah, and just like those teeth that like British people get. Why do British people get they're blind?
The veneers.
The veneers. They're too big for their mouths. I can't wait to get those one day. Okay. My other passion projects, I mentioned it before, Messi and Ronaldo quarterfinal. Mm-hmm. That's history. The German guy that's like, it was in Atlanta and went to like taking pictures at Wendy's and Magic City.
Yeah, he's just
and
like
Waffle House.
I love the infrastructure.
I'm loving that guy. Yeah. He's reacting to it as if we're like it's the year 2075.
He's in like Tomorrowland. Yeah.
He's like, why is everyone telling me to go to this magic city? Okay, then this is gonna be a series. I'm gonna bring up one guy every month. I'm gonna go through their FOTMOB transfer projection, whatever their projected transfer amount is, and it's guys that I'm gonna ask Spotify to buy for me and live in my house. So the first is Tommy Smith, defender from Australia. He's a 52K. Come on.
Yeah.
Why are they looking away? Come on. That's nothing to you.
What would you do with him?
Come on. I make him live with me. He played at Braintree Town, who was relegated from England's 5th to 6th tier. And when I Googled Tommy Smith, Tommy Smith died was a suggested search. I was typing it in and it said Tommy Smith. Oh, never mind. He's, that's obviously. Then there's obviously, what's his name?
So wait, just to recap that idea is that you want Spotify to purchase the player rights for an inexpensive player to come live with you.
Yeah, so they come hang out with me, tell me what Braintree, the town is like. I can tell them my joke about how that's funny. It's like a tree that you try to get some brain, whatever. And then last is just the stinkers that I want to watch. I'll put this under passion projects. Here are the five like hooked in stinkers that I want to see happen. CR7, obviously. I need to see Vinny yanked and see prodigal son return. I need to see Neymar cook. It would be the most romantic, incredible thing if he like returned. And he's had such a difficult career. He's a family man, Chris. He loves his family. I need Jordan Pickford. Got to get yanked. Unai Simon, if he's starting, I'm sorry, David Raya is the best keeper in the world. I don't know why Spain doesn't use him. It's kind of insane to me.
He's a very specific kind of keeper, though. Yeah.
And then finally, Victor Gyökeres. I want to see him hooked and stinkered. I had to watch 50 games of this guy this year. I had to watch, literally. I hope he loses his legs. Here's what's going to happen. And we can both, before we wrap, just say these are our predictions for the tournament, like just how the tournament goes. It's going to be a slog. We're all going to say that it sucks, and then something is going to happen, and the world is going to explode, and we're going to be losing our minds. Whether it's Ronaldo and Messi meeting in a knockout stage for the first time in their careers, whether it's something like that, there's something like that unbelievable that happens, and it's every time. I mean, like last tournament, obviously there were like, people had issues with Qatar and their human rights policies, et cetera, et cetera. We weren't that excited about watching the World Cup, and then we got to see Messi get a chip. We're gonna just keep watching this crap.
I can't turn my eyes away.
I have to watch this crap.
Yes. This is good. We're going to do this Tuesdays and Fridays, right? I might not be on every one of these. You're going to have some guests. We're going to have some other folks like moving in and out. But Tuesdays and Fridays, and it's not going to be like hardcore recaps of games. We're going to kind of take the temperature of where the tournament is twice a week.
Yeah, I can't watch like 75 games a day. I'm not allowed to. No. Listen, it's grating to the ear to listen to two Yangs talk about our opinions, okay, which we're allowed to have.
Yeah.
It's our tournament, okay? We're only giving Canada 2 cities. It's ours. I love how it's 75% ours. We're being nice to the other guys. What's interesting to me about this is the culture around it and the jokes around it and seeing the Austrians street harassed in Oakland. And there's going to be a lot of funny stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going to see some purple English guys. Literally, they're going to have to stretch out fans. Think about those Ibiza guys in the crowd. Did you see they were trying to do the Mexican wave and they were like, they were try that again. Did you see they were trying to do the wave in Tampa and they were like, go fuck yourself? Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like this?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
They were like, to the wave. Yeah. The fun thing about the World Cup is cultures coming together. It is the supporters groups. It is how embarrassing people act on vacation. It is and I'm really excited to be doing this podcast with you every Tuesdays and Fridays. And then, yeah, I want to thank Gianni Infantino.
Yeah, thank you.
President Trump.
Bill Simmons.
Bill Simmons, Daniel Eck, and Phil Jackson. Gary Glitter. Mark Van Bommel.
Marco Van
Nigel
Basten.
Young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? Chicharito.
Mikel Arteta.
Gonna say congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations. Let's wrap it up there. Congratulations.